everybody. Scooty 007 here, bringing you another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. In today's game, we've got the 10-11 New York Yankees taking on the 11-8 Chicago White Sox. This is game 2 of a 3-game series between the Yankees and the White Sox. And here is the starting lineup for the New York Yankees. Leading off, the left fielder, Johnny Damon. Batting second, the shortstop, Derek Jeter. Batting third, the right fielder, Bobby Abreu. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the designated hitter, Hideki Matsuri. Batting fifth, the catcher, Jorge Posada. Batting sixth, the second baseman, Robinson Cano. Batting seventh, the first baseman, Jason Gambini. Batting eighth, the third baseman, Morgan Insberg. And batting ninth, the center fielder, Milky Cabrera. On the mound for the White Sox, it is Xavier Valquez. He'll come into today's game with a 5.19 ERA. 3 wins, no losses. He's pitched 26 innings, allowed 26 hits, 27 strikeouts, and 7 walks. We are here at U.S. Cellular Field, which will give a +1 to strikeouts and a -1 to walks. And with that, Johnny Damon makes his way up into the batter's box as the home plate umpire dusts off home plate. He's batting a .393, and we're ready for the first pitch. And it is a 5-5, column 5, row 5, strikeout on a 1-7. That is a 5. Struck him out. So Damon is out on strikes, and here is the starting lineup for the starting defense for the Chicago White Sox. Quentin will be out there in left field. Swisher will be in center. Dye at right. Going around the horn, we've got Creed on third. Cabrera will be at short. Oubre will be on second. Corneco at first. Pazinski will be behind the plate. And Valquez will be on the mound. Derek Jeter batting a 193. And the pitch. 2-2, column 2, row 2. Home run for Jeter. That is a 5. The 19 is too high. 5-5, column 5, row 5. However, that is a base hit into center field. And Jeter will get on with a base hit. Next up, it's going to be Bobby Abreu. Abreu batting a .250. And here is the pitch. Strategy roll is a 17. Whenever we have runners on, we roll for strategy. 17-2, no strategy for the Yankees. They are standing pat. However, the infield is at double play depth. 3-5, column 3, row 5. That's going to be a walk. Remember, we -1 from the range of the walk. On a 1-12, the 18 is too high. Abreu, 5-5, column 5, row 5. Line drive up the middle to Valquez. He'll make the catch. No double play there. It is a 5. The play would be at second base. And with that, Jeter is safe at first. They tag him on the run down to first. Hideki Matsuri is up. He's batting a .319. 2 outs. With 2 outs, we add a +1 to the base run rating. Strategy roll is a 5. Matsuri batting a .319. 5-4, column 5, row 4. Home run chance on a 1-15. The 8 in range. We need an 11 or less. It's a 7. Matsui with a 2-run home run here at U.S. Cellular Field. Smacks it out of here. It's down the right field side. That ball's going back. Dye goes back, runs into the wall, And that ball is into the stands. It's 2-0 Yankees. Matsui out to an early 2-run home run. It's his third of the replay. Jorge Posada is up. He's batting a .245, and here is the pitch. Posada, 6-4, column 6, row 4, strikeout on a 1-12. The 13 is too high. Posada being a switch hitter, he's batting left right now, and that's going to be a 5-3. Column 5, row 3, ground ball down the first baseline to Corneco. He'll make the play, tag the base, and retire the side. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and none left on. We go to the bottom of the first, and here is the starting lineup for the Chicago White Sox. Leading off, the center fielder, Nick Swisher. Batting second, the shortstop, Orlando Cabrera. Batting third, the designated hitter, Jim Thome. Batting fourth, in the cleanup position, the first baseman, Paul Corneco. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Jeremy Dye. Batting sixth, the catcher, A.J. Pazensky. Batting seventh, the left fielder, Carlos Quinton. Batting eighth, the third baseman, Joe Creed. And batting ninth, the second baseman, Juan Ubre. On the mound for the Yankees, it is Mike Mussina. He'll come into today's game with a 6.05 ERA. Does have 1 loss. He's pitched 22 1/3 of an inning, allowed 30 hits, 18 strikeouts, and 2 walks. And with that, Swisher will step up. He's batting a .229, and the pitch. 4-5, column 4, row 5. That is going to be a wild pitch. It's a foul ball. Nobody on base, so we ignore the wild pitch rating, and it's just a foul ball, and we'll re-roll the dice. 3-1, column 3, row 1. That's a strikeout on a 1-16. That is an 8. Struck him out. So 1 away, and that's going to bring up Orlando Cabrera. Cabrera batting a .213, and here is the pitch. Cabrera, 5-4, column 5, row 4. That is a blank. 3-3, column 3, row 3. That is a double star 3. It's a ground ball to Innsberg. Innsberg will make the catch, and that'll be 2 away. Let's take a look at the starting defense for the Chicago White Sox. Damon will be out there in left field. Cabrera will be in center. Abreu at right field. Going around the horn, Innsberg at third. Jeter will be at short. Cano at second. Gambini's on first. Posada will be behind the plate. And Mussina is on the mound. Jim Thome batting a .216. And the pitch, 2 up, 2 down for the Yankees. 6-3. Column 6, row 3, it is the @ symbol. Anytime we roll the @ symbol, we go to the ballpark card, so the play will be resolved on the ballpark card. We go to U.S. Cellular Field. 2-2, column 2, row 2. It's a ground ball to Jeter. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors as the Yankees retire the White Sox in order after 1. Yankees 2, White Sox nothing. We go to the top of the second. Robinson Cano, Jason Gambini, Morgan Innsberg due up for the Yankees. Cano batting a .214, and the pitch. 1-3, column 1. Row 3, that is a hit by pitch. Xavier will give a -3. That makes his hit by pitch rating a 3. We check the blue die here, which is the D20. That is a 3, and Cano gets hit by the pitch. So the home plate umpire awards him first base. He gets hit on the elbow and gives a warning to Valquez not to do it again. Jason Gambini up now. He's batting a 216. Infield is at double play depth. Strategy roll is a 15. The Yankees are standing pat. And the pitch. 3-4, column 3, row 4. That is a strikeout on a 1-12. That is a 2. Struck him out. And that'll put one away. Morgan Insberg up. Insberg batting a 250. Strategy roll 15. Infield still at double play depth. Yankees holding off 6-4. Column 6, row 4. That is a strikeout on a 1-17. That is a 13. Struck him out. And that'll put 2 away. Cabrera up. Cabrera batting a 180. And the pitch. 1-1. Column 1, row 1. That is a strikeout on a 1-9. The 18 is too high. 5-5. Column 5, row 5. Double star 5. Ground ball to Cabrera. He'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. And 1 left on for the Yankees. We go to the bottom of the second. Paul Koneco, Jeremy Dye, and A.J. Pierzynski due up for the White Sox. Paul Koneco batting a 242, and here is the pitch. It is a 3-6, column 3, row 6, strikeout on a 1-11. That is a 3. Struck him out. Jeremy Dye batting a 235. And the pitch. Dye 4-5, column 4, row 5. Once again, it's a wild pitch. He'll smack that one foul. Foul tips it off. We're going to re-roll the dice. 3-3, column 3, row 3, strikeout on a 1-11. That's an 11. Struck him out. So 2 away, and that's going to bring up A.J. A.J. Pierzynski batting a 417, and here is the pitch. 3-3, column 3, row 3, strikeout on a 1-9. That's going to be a 15. It's too high. 4-5, column 4, row 5, double star 2. It's a fly ball back there. Cabrera goes back, sees it, makes the catch, and retires the side. So no runs, no hits, no errors. As the Yankees retire the White Sox in order, we go after 2. It is the Yankees 2, White Sox nothing. We go to the top of the third, and that is going to be Johnny Damon, Derek Jeter, and Bobby Abreu due up for the Yankees. Damon 0 for 1 with a strikeout, and here is the pitch. And that's going to be a 2-5, column 2, row 5. That is a walk plus on a 1-20. That is an 11. Now, on a walk plus, we add 10 to the range, minus 1, making that a 9. That's where we get the 20 from. Check it against the D20 of the 11, and that is a walk. So Damon will trot on down to first. Strategy roll is a 20 with Jeter up to bat. Anytime you roll a 20 on the strategy die, it is a pickoff attempt. So in a 1-2, it's a pickoff. It's a 12. Nothing happens. Jeter 1 for 1 today with a run scored. And that is going to be a 5-3, column 5, row 3, strikeout on a 1-9. The 10 is too high. 5-5, column 5, row 5, single out there into center field. Once again, the Swisher. And with that, we will check to see for runner advancement. We'll check for Johnny Damon first. We have a 1, so we'll check the other die. Lead roll, the lead runner advances. So, base run rating is a 2. The die roll is a 1. The lead runner will advance. On both of them, the lead runner advances. But we continue on. If the row is less than or equal to the trailing runner's BR, the trailing runner advances on the throw. Trailing runner is Derek Jeter. Jeter has a 3. Swisher is a 0 for that arm. So it is a -1. However, that is a 1. Jeter will advance. So runners on second and third. As Bobby Abreu steps up to bat. Abreu 0 for 1. Strategy roll is a 19. And here is the pitch. Abreu 3-6, column 3, row 6. That is a walk on a 1-12. That is a 2. And that loads the bases. Hideki Matsuri is 1 for 1, already homered in this game. 1 run and 2 RBIs. Strategy roll is a 17. Infield playing normal. And here is the pitch. 2-2, column 2, row 2. It's another home run for Hideki Matsuri. But instead of it being a 2-run home run this time, it's a grand slam. Hideki Matsuri brings them all home. Grand slam home run. Smacks that one dead center, and all Swisher can do is just watch it bang off of the scoreboard. Out there in dead center field. It is 6-0 Yankees on a grand slam home run by Hideki Matsuri. And that being his 4th home run of the replay. His 2nd of the game. And his teammates, as he touches home plate, are there to celebrate with him on a grand slam home run.
No throwing of any objects on the playing field.
It is 6-0 Yankees. Jorge Posada 0 for 1, and here is the pitch. Posada 1-4, column 1, row 4. Possible error on a ground ball. 1-2, column 1, row 2. That's going to be good for a base hit past second base. Error range for Ubre is a 1. That is a 17. No error check is made on infield singles. The batter is thrown out. However, Ubre will make the play to Konecko, get him out at first. And 1 away. Robinson Cano up. He's 0 for 0, and here is the pitch to Cano. Cano 3-4, column 3, row 4. That is a strikeout on a 1-7. The 10 is too high. 6-6, column 6, row 6, double star 2. It's a fly ball back there. Swisher will make the catch, and that will retire the side. Jason Gambini is up. Gambini 0 for 1 with a strikeout and the pitch. 1-6, column 1, row 6. That is a blank. Now, we consider that a blank right now because Xavier has not faced his allotted number of batters. He can face 12 more batters, but also right now, taking a look at the other number, that is his pull rating, which is down to 1. White Sox right now have got some action going on in their bullpen. Gambini, 4-5, column 4, row 5, ground ball down the first baseline to Konecko. He'll make the play, and that will retire the side. 4 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and none left on. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Carlos Quinton, Joe Creed, Juan Ubre due up. for the White Sox. Carlos Quentin batting a .410, and here is the pitch. 5-2, column 5, row 2. That is a blank. 6-6, column 6, row 6. Now, we have a split here. We take a look at Mike Mussina's card. He's a right-handed pitcher. So, on the batter card, we look to the right-handed side of the slash. It's going to be a double out there to Cabrera.
He rocks one to right center field. That'll shoot the gap and go to the wall. And one hops the wall.
And with that, Quentin will lead off with a base hit. Joe Creed is up. He's batting a .313. Strategy roll is a 12, and here is the pitch. 2-2, column 2, row 2. Blank. Creed being a right-handed batter, so on the pitcher card, we look to the right-handed side of the slash. So that's how the splits work. And that is going to be a 3-5, column 3, row 5. Fly ball back there to Cabrera. That is out number 1. Quentin will hold at second. And with that, Juan Ubre is up. He's batting a .346. Strategy roll is a 6, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-5. Column 6, row 5. Home run on a 1-4. That's going to be a 4. And that ball is out of here. 2-run home run for Juan Ubre. As that ball is hit dead center. And it puts the White Sox up to 6-2. So they cut the lead down to 4. And that is Ubre's third home run of the replay. We go to the top of the order, 1 out, nobody on. Nick Swisher, 0 for 1, struck out his last time up. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-2, column 3, row 2, blank. 6-1, column 6, row 1, fly ball back there to Abreu. He'll make the catch. And that'll put 2 away. Cabrera, 0 for 1, and the pitch. 2-6, column 2, row 6. Strikeout, 1-7. That is a 4. Struck him out. So 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and none left on. After 3, it's Yankees 6, White Sox 2. We go to the top of the 4th. Morgan Insberg, Milky Cabrera, and Johnny Damon due up. Action still going on in the White Sox bullpen. We'll see how long Xavier. We go to the top of the 4th. Xavier comes back out on the mound. He's ready to go. And here is the pitch to Insberg. 0 for 1, struck out his last time up. And the pitch. Insberg, 6-4, column 6, row 4. Strikeout on a 1-7. The 16 is too high. Whoop. 16 too high. Struck him out. And that'll put 1 away. Milky Cabrera, 0 for 1. 2-2. Column 2, row 2. Home run on a 1-7. That is a 2. And that ball is out of here. Cabrera with a solo home run. Solo home run to right field, and all Dyke can do is just watch it go. And that is his first home run of the replay for Cabrera. It's 7-2 Yankees. They're want to see if he can finish strong in this inning here. Johnny Damon up. He's 0 for 1, walk, strikeout, and a run. And here is the pitch. 4-3, column 4, row 3 at the ballpark. We're going to go to U.S. Cellular Field. 4-4, column 4, row 4, home run 8 to Swisher. And Swisher will make the catch at the wall, robbing Damon of a home run. 2 outs. Jeter is up. He's 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored, and here is the pitch. 1-4, column 1, row 4. Possible error on a ground ball. And that's going to be a 5-2, column 5, row 2. It's a single to Quinton. Error range for Quinton's on a 1 to 7. That is an 11. No error there. And Jeter is on with a base hit. So, and with that, the manager now comes out of the dugout for the White Sox. And we're going to have a new pitcher. They're going to make that call to the bullpen to try to end this inning. Valquez is done, and they are going to go with Clayton. Clayton Richardson's going to come up. Yeah, Clayton Richardson's going to come up. That is his card. Now, Clayton Richardson can face 10 batters. His pull rating is a 5. So we'll see what happens here. Richardson, first time we're seeing him. So he's won, his record in the actual season was 2 wins and 5 losses. An ERA of a 6.04. He's pitched 47 and 2/3 innings, allowed 61 hits, 29 strikeouts, and 11 walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Xavier Valquez, he went 3 and 2/3 innings, allowed 6 hits, 7 runs, 7 earned runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, 3 home runs, 1 hit by pitch, an ERA of a 6.67. Bobby Abreu, 0 for 1 with a walk and a run. Strategy roll is a 15 and a runner on first. Infield at normal depth. 2-2, column 2, row 2, that is a blank. Abreu. 6-5, column 6, row 5, power hit to Quinton. It's a 7. Now, we take a look at the D20, that is a 7. On a 1 to 2, it's a single. On a 3 to 9, it's a double. If it was a 10 to 15, that would have been a triple. And if it was higher than that, 16 to 20, it would have been a flyout. It is a 7, so it becomes a double. And with that, Jeter goes to third, and the stop sign goes up as they throw the ball back to Cabrera. They'll hold the runners at second and third. Hideki Matsui is up. Matsui, 2 for 2 with 2 home runs, 2 runs, and it's been a 6 RBI day for him. And the pitch. 1-5, column 1, row 5, home run chance. That is a 0. 6-4, column 6, row 4, double star 5. It's going to be a ground ball to Cabrera. He'll make that catch, and that will retire the side. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left on for the Yankees. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Jim Thome, Paul Konecki, and Jeremy Dye due up for the Yankees. Jim Thome 0 for 1, and here is the pitch. 3-4, column 3, row 4. That's going to be a walk. Thome being a left-handed batter, so on the pitcher card we look to the left-handed side of the slash. 15, that is a 1. That's going to be good for a walk. Thome will trot on down to first. The strategy roll is a 13. Infield is playing normal, and Paul Konecki is up. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. All right, here is the pitch to Dye. To Konecki, sorry. Konecki is 6'5", column 6, row 5, home run. On a 1-12, the 15 is too high. 5-4, column 5, row 4. That's a fly ball to Abreu. Abreu will go back, make the catch, and that puts 1 away. Jeremy Dye, I was getting ahead of myself there. Dye was the next batter up. Dye 0 for 1 with a strikeout. 1 out, runner on first. Strategy roll is a 15. The White Sox holding off. And here is the pitch to Dye. 1-3, column 1, row 3, home run. On a 1-15, the 17 is too high. Dye 4-4, column 4, row 4, double star 3. It's a ground ball to Insberg. He'll make the play. Now we'll check for a double play chance. That is a +1. That is a -1. So a +1 and a -1 make it a 0. Ground double play rating is a 3. We take 1d6, roll it against the ground double play rating. And in this case, we get a 6. So the rule is, on a roll of a 6, the only play is on the batter at first. Thome will advance to second. And the out is at first. So Thome will move into scoring position. And here comes A.J. Pierzynski, 0 for 1. And the pitch. Strategy roll is a 1. And that is a 3-4. Column 3, row 4. That is a walk. On a 1-2. The 13 is too high. And that's going to be a 1-4. Column 1, row 4. Single to Abreu. Thome goes to third, but does he come home? It's a +1 from second to home. The die roll is a 3. That is a 3. It is equaled. Thome waved around. And Thome will score. It's 7-3. Carlos Quentin 1 for 1 with a double and a run. Strategy roll 18, and here is the pitch. 5-6, column 5, row 6. That is a walk. On a 1-15, that is a 1, and that's going to be good for a walk. So runners on first and second. Joe Creed is up. Creed 0 for 1. Strategy roll is a 1. White Sox holding off, and the pitch. 2-3, column 2, row 3, range play at the ballpark. So on a range play, we check the first number of the defensive arm of the position. Whose range are we checking? That's going to be a 6-4, column 6, row 4, HRP. That is an 18. That is a 5. And that is a 3-run home run down the left field side for Creed. And the White Sox cut the lead down to 1. It's 7-6. By the way, that's Creed's 7th home run of the game. Juan Ubre up 1-for-1 with a home run, a run, and 2 RBIs. And here is the pitch. And that's going to be a 2-4. Column 2, row 4. That is a strikeout on a 1-12. That is a 4. Struck him out. So 4 runs, 2 hits, and no errors, and none left on. After 4, it's Yankees 7, White Sox 6. We go to the top of the 5th. Jorge Posada, Robinson Cano, and Jason Gambini due up for the Yankees. Posada 0-for-2, and here is the pitch. Clayton's staying out there. He goes back out for another inning, 1-6. Column 1, row 6. That's going to be a walk. On a 1-13, that is a 6. And Posada gets the walk. Robinson Cano 0-for-1. Strategy roll is a 14. White Sox. Yankees, nothing to do on that, but the White Sox will go to double play depth. Here is the pitch. 4-6, column 4, row 6, possible error on a ground ball. Cano 0-for-1. 5-4, column 5, row 4. Fly ball back there to die. He'll make the catch. And that'll put one away. Jason Gambini is 0-for-2 with a strikeout. Strategy roll is a 16. And here is the pitch. Gambini 1-3, column 1, row 3. Strikeout on a 1-13. That is a 13. Struck him out. So 2 away, and that's going to bring up Innsberg. Innsberg is 0-for-2, struck out twice. Strategy roll is a 15, and here is the pitch. 4-3, column 4, row 3. That is a blank. Remember, Innsberg is a right-handed batter, so on the pitcher card, we look to the right-handed side of the slash. 4-2, column 4, row 2. It's a ground ball down the third baseline to Creed. He'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, and no errors. And 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the 5th. And it's the top of the order. Nick Swisher, Orlando Cabrera, and Jim Thome due up for the Yankees. For the White Sox. I'm getting my teams mixed up. Mike going back out there. He can face 6 more batters. Do the Yankees throw him back out there? No, they do not. So the Yankees responding, and they're going to go to their bullpen. And they are going to bring in Yep. They're going to bring in Dan Gleese. That is his card. So looking at my database that I use to keep track of for pictures to see who's coming in, and I couldn't find the picture that I was looking for on there, so I apologize for the long pause. Swisher 0 for 2, and Dane Gleason will now take the mound. Comes into the game with a 3.70 ERA. He's pitched 7 1/3 innings, allowed 7 hits, 4 strikeouts, and 1 walk. Taking a look at the stats here from Mike, he went 4 innings, allowed 4 hits, 6 runs, 6 earned runs, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, 2 home runs, and an ERA of a 7.18. And here is the pitch to Swisher. 5-4, column 5, row 4. Possible error on a throw. 3-4, column 3, row 4. Double star 6, fly ball to Abreu. His range is on a 1-2. That's going to be a 14. And Abreu will make the catch and put one away. Orlando Cabrera 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And here is the pitch. 6-5, column 6, row 5. That is a blank. 4-3, column 4, row 3. Power hit to Damon. That is a 1. That's going to be good for a single. So it's a single on a 1-7. So Cabrera on with a base hit. Strategy rolls a 1. That is a steal attempt. +1, +2. That's going to be a 17 or less. They're going to send him. It's a 7. And Cabrera will move into scoring position as Jim Thome 0 for 1 with a walk and a run. And here is the pitch. 3-6, column 3, row 6. It's a range play. Whose range are we checking? 6-6, column 6, row 6. It's a double to Damon. Damon's range is on a 1-3. That is a 6, and this ball game is tied. And the White Sox just tie the game up. It's 7-7. Paul Cornecco 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And here is the pitch. 2-4, column 2, row 4. That is a blank. Over to Paul. 5-6, column 5, row 6. Double star 1. Fly ball back there to Cabrera. He'll make the catch. That puts 2 away. Thome will hold. We subtract 2 from the base run rating with 2 out. Runners on second and less than 2 outs. And that makes it a 0. The 6 is high, so he'll hold.
Fans who interfere with play on the field will be escorted from the stadium.
And with that, Jeremy Dye is up. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Strategy roll is a 1. White Sox holding off. 3-6, column 3, row 6, range play. By the way, Damon is 0 for 1 on his range plays. 2-4, column 2, row 4. Ground ball to Kano. He'll make the catch. Kano's range is on a 1-4. That's going to be a 5. Can't get it. Thome will go to third. He's waved around home. He'll go from second to home on a base run rating of a 2 through 6. That is a 2. And the White Sox have just taken the lead. It's 8-7. A.J. Pierzynski is 0 for 2 with a run and an RBI. Strategy roll 9. Yankees going to keep Dan out there. 3-3, column 3, row 3. Double star, fly ball back there to Cabrera. He'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. 2 runs, 3 hits, and no errors, and 2 left on. No, and 1 left on, sorry. We go to the after 5, White Sox 8, Yankees 7. We go to the top of the 6th. Milky Cabrera, Johnny Damon, and Derek Jeter due up for the Yankees. Milky Cabrera 1 for 2 with a home run, a run, and an RBI. And here is the pitch. Richardson still staying out there, 2-6. Column 2, row 6. Home run on a 1-5. The 6 is too high. 2-6, column 2, row 6. That's going to be a ground ball down the first baseline. Cordecco will make the catch. And that'll be out number 1. Top of the order, Johnny Damon is 0 for 2 with a walk, a strikeout, and a run. And here is the pitch. 5-5, column 5, row 5. That's going to be a blank. 6-6, column 6, row 6. Ground ball down the first baseline. Cordecco will make the play. And that'll be 2 away. Derek Jeter, 3 for 3 with 2 runs. 2-2, column 2, row 2. Blank. 3-6, column 3, row 6. Double star 6. Fly ball back there to Die. Die goes back. Makes the catch, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors as the White Sox retire the Yankees in order. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Carlos Quentin, Joe Creed, and Juan Ubre due up for the White Sox. Carlos Quentin 1 for 1 with a double, a walk, and a run. Steps up. Dan Geese still staying out there. He can face 4 more batters. We'll see. What does he do? 2-1, column 2, row 1. That is a blank. 6-6, column 6, row 6. That's going to be a double out there in the center field to Cabrera.
He rocks one to right center field. That'll shoot the gap and go to the wall. And one hops the wall.
And with that, they're going to go out there and pull him. So Geese is getting pulled after giving up a double. Joe Creed is up, and then Juan Ubre on deck. And they're going to bring in Brian... they're going to bring in David Robinson. Robinson's going to come in. Robinson comes in with a 5.74 ERA. He's pitched 4 2/3 of an inning, allowed 6 hits, 5 strikeouts, and 1 walk. Taking a look at the stats here for Dan Geese. He went 1 inning, allowed 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, an ERA of a 5.42. Strategy roll is an 18, infield at normal depth, 6-5. Column 6, row 5, possible error. Now, on an error check, that is the number in the brackets. Whose error range are we checking? 6-4, column 6, row 4. Ground ball up, line drive to Robinson. His error range is a 0. That is a 6 no double play there, but it is out number 1. Juan Ubre, 1 for 2 with a home run, a strikeout, a run, and 2 RBIs. Strategy roll 19. It's a sacrifice play. Ubre 1-5, column 1, row 5. Wild pitch on a 1-15. It's a wild pitch. 16-18. It's a passed ball. It's an 8. And with that, Ubre will move up on a wild pitch. So we're going to re-roll. 6-1, column 6, row 1, possible error on a ground ball. And with that, the lead runner is thrown out, and the hitter is safe at first. So Quentin thrown out at home. Hold on. We're going to undo that. Okay, undo. It was a bunt attempt for Ubre, and that is going to be a 5. It was a 6-1, I believe. So with that, he was thrown out. Yep. So no. Okay. There we go. It is a sac play. 1-3 with a walk. There we go. Ubre out. Strategy roll is an 8. I misclicked on that. I wanted to at least make sure we had 2 outs on that because there was 2 outs on that. 3-4. Column 3, row 4 at the ballpark. We're going to go to U.S. Cellular Field. Strategy roll is an 8. Nothing new for the White Sox there. 3-6. Column 3, row 6. It is an S+8 to Cabrera. And with that, the White Sox have a 2-run lead. It's now 9-7. Swisher on second. He'll get the hold sign. Does not advance to second. So if the roll is greater than the base run rating, he'll hold with a single. Cabrera is up. He's 1 for 3 with a strikeout and a run. Strategy roll is a 20. Pickoff attempt. Nothing there. 14 is too high. 2-1, column 2, row 1. That's going to be a range play at the ballpark. We're going to go to U.S. Cellular Field and 5-5. Column 5, row 5. Once again, it is a S+9. This time it's a single +9 to Abreu. But we check for his range. It's a range play on a 1-3. That is a 6. That's going to be good for a single. That is going to be good for a double for Cabrera. And Swisher will score. So, White Sox coming back. The bats have woken up for Chicago. It's 10-7 and 2 outs, and Robinson's still on the mound. And with that, Jim Thome 1 for 2 with a double, a walk, 2 runs, and an RBI steps up. Strategy roll is a 15, and here is the pitch. 1-1. Column 1, row 1. That is a strikeout on a 1-14. That is a 2. Struck him out. So 2 runs, 3 hits, and no errors, and 1 left on for the White Sox. After 6, it's Chicago 10, Yankees 7. We go to the top of the 7th. Bobby Abreu, Hideki Matsui, and Jorge Posada due up. Clay Richardson done. And they're going to bring in Boone Logan. Boone Logan's going to come into the game. That is his card. Abreu, Logan first, comes into the game with a 5.71. No wins, 1 loss. He's pitched 6 1/3 innings, allowed 9 hits, 5 strikeouts, and no walks. Take a look at the stats here for Clay Richardson. He went 2 1/3 innings, allowed 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, no ERA. Abreu 1 for 2 with a double, a walk, and a run. Yankees down by 3, 1-5. Column 1, row 5. Strikeout on a 1-9. The 14 is too high. 2-4. Column 2, row 4. Fly ball back there to Quinton. He'll make the catch. And that'll put 1 away. Hideki Matsuri 2 for 3 with 2 home runs, 2 runs, and 6 RBIs. 4-6, column 4, row 6. Range play at the ballpark. We're going to go to U.S. Cellular Field 1-4, column 1, row 4. It's a single plus 7 to Quinton. Quinton's range is on a 1-3. That is a 6. Quinton can't make the play. So Matsuri will get on with a single. That is a 3. He will hold. Quinton, 2 for 8 on his range plays, 25%. He's only committed 2 errors so far in the replay. Strategy roll is as a 13 as Jorge Posada comes up. Posada 0 for 2 with a walk. Infield double play depth 2-4. Column 2, row 4. Strikeout on a 1-15. The 8 in range. And struck him out. 2 away. And that's going to bring up Kano. Kano is 0 for 2. And the pitch. 2-2. Column 2, row 2. Strikeout 1-7. The 10 is too high. 1-1, column 1, row 1. That is a double out there into right field to die. And it's a 1-hopper off the wall. Matsuri will go to third. He's waved around to home. He will come home if the die roll is less than. That is a 2. Remember, we checked the red die. That is a 2. Base run rating is a 3. The roll is less than 3. And the Yankees cut the lead down to 2. It's 10-8 Chicago. Logan staying out there. Jason Gambini 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Gambini not taking the hit here. And they're going to bring in Alberto Gonzalez from the bench. Gonzalez batting an 0-48, and here is the pitch. 6-6, column 6, row 6. That is a single. Kano goes to third. He's waved around he goes from second to home on a 1-6. That is a 3. The Yankees will score on an RBI single by Gonzalez, and the Yankees have cut that lead down to 1. It's 10-9. So Innsbruck is up. Boone Logan comes out of the game. And they are going to go with DJ Carrasco. That is his card. Carrasco will come into the game with a 4.19. 4 1/3 innings pitched, allowed 3 hits, 3 strikeouts, and 2 walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Boone, he went 2/3 of an inning, allowed 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 1 strikeout, an ERA of a 7.71. Strategy roll is an 11. The Yankees holding off. Tying run on first. The go-ahead run now at the plate for Boone Logan. 6-5, column 6, row 5. Strikeout on a 1-17. That is a 1. Struck him out, and sing, take me out to the ball game. So with that, we do have a new person on first, and that's going to be Cody Ransom. He's going to play at first. And 2 runs, 3 hits, and no errors. And 1 left on for the Yankees. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Paul Konecko, Jeremy Dye, and A.J. Pazinski do up. Let's take a look at the box score after 6.5 have been played here on the south side of Chicago. The Yankees came out strong, scoring 2 runs in the first, 4 runs in the third, a run in the fourth, 2 runs in the 7th, 9 runs on 10 hits and no errors. Chicago, 3 runs in the second, 4 runs in the fourth, 2 runs in the fifth, 2 runs in the 6th, 10 runs on 10 hits and no errors. And with that, David Robinson is done. So the Yankees do have a new pitcher on the mound as we go to the bottom of the 7th. And they are going to bring in Brian Butney. That is his card. Butney comes into the game. He does have a special K rating. We will talk about that when that comes up. Butney right now comes into the game with a 3.66 ERA. 1 win, 1 loss. He does have 1 save. He's pitched 12 1/3 of an inning, allowed 9 hits, 13 strikeouts, and 5 walks. Take a look at the stats here for Dave Robinson. He went 1 inning, allowed 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 1 strikeout, 1 wild pitch, an ERA of a 7.89. Paul Konecko 0 for 3 with a strikeout. And they're going to let him take the hit. 3-3, column 3, row 3. That is a blank. Special K rating on a 1-7. The 13 is too high. 3-6, column 3, row 6. Ground ball to Ransom. He'll make the catch. And that puts 1 away. Jeremy Dye 1 for 3 with a strikeout and an RBI. And here is the pitch. Die 3-1, column 3, row 1. That is a blank. Special K rating on a 1-7. That is a 3. Struck him out. And A.J. Pazinski is up. He's 1 for 3 with a run and an RBI. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-5, column 3, row 5. Strikeout plus on a 1-19. That is a 4. Struck him out. And the White Sox go down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 7, it's White Sox 8, Yankees 9. We go to the top of the 8th. Milky Cabrera, Johnny Damon, and Derek Jeter do up 9-1-2. DJ staying out there. He can face 4 more batters before he's considered tired. They're going to keep him out there. Cabrera 1 for 3 with a home run, a walk, a run, and an RBI. 2-2. Column 2, row 2. That is going to be a blank. Cabrera 2-3. Column 2, row 3. It is a single past Cabrera. So the other Cabrera hits a ball past the Cabrera in the infield to get on base. And the Yankees are going to bring in A-Rod, Alex Rodriguez, for the pinch run here. Strategy roll was a 5. It's a hit and run attempt. So on a hit and run, all ground double plays will get a -2. Base run ratings get a +2. Home run and walk rates are cut in half, rounded down. All lineouts are considered double plays. And should Damon strike out, will resolve the play as if if A-Rod was to steal second. 2-3, column 2, row 3, that is a blank. 4-1, column 4, row 1, fly ball back there to Quinton. He'll make the catch, and that'll be one away. Steal attempt now for Jeter. That is going to be a 19. That is a 2. Jeter was still second. Pazinski's error rating is an 8. That is a 14. No error there. So A-Rod's safe at second. 4-2, column 4, row 2. Home run chance on a 1-2. The 8 is too high. 4-6, column 4, row 6. Fly ball back there to Die. He'll make the catch. A-Rod will hold. Die roll is a 6. It is higher than the 3. It's a steal attempt again. It's a 19. That is a 14. He'll steal third, and that puts the tying run 90 feet away. Here's the pitch to Bobby Abreu. 1 for 3 with a double, a walk, and a run. And the pitch to Abreu, 6-5, column 6, row 5. Strikeout on a 1-10. The 18 is too high. 5-5, column 5, row 5. Line drive up the middle to Coruscant. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. Brett Gardner will come in at left field. With that, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, but the Yankees will leave 1 stranded. Brian Butney's staying out there again also. He can face 5 more batters. So they're going to leave him out there on the mound. Carlos Quinton up. It's Quinton, Creed, and Ubre due up for the White Sox. Quinton, 2 for 2 with a double, with 2 doubles, a walk, and 3 runs. And the pitch. 6-5, column 6, row 5. That is a blank. Special K now into play. That is a 4. On a 1-7, that is a 4. Struck him out. Joe Creed, 1 for 3 with a home run, a run, and 3 RBIs. Creed, 4-2, column 4, row 2, strikeout on a 1-8. The 12 is too high. 20 outside of the range of the Special K. 6-3, column 6, row 3, ground ball to Kano. He'll make the catch, and that puts 2 away. Juan Ubre, 1 for 2 with a home run, a strikeout, a run, 2 RBIs, and the pitch. 1-5, column 1, row 5, walk plus on a 1-17. That is a 12, and that's going to be his first walk allowed. So Ubre will trot on down to first. Strategy roll is a 9, and we go to the top of the order. Nick Swisher, 1 for 4 with a strikeout, a run, and an RBI. Swisher staying in. 3-4. Column 3, row 4, double star, ground ball to Jeter. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. And that retires the side as the Yankees retire the White Sox. No runs, no hits, no errors, but one left stranded. After 8, Chicago White Sox 10, New York Yankees 9. We go to the top of the 9th. Hideki Matsuri, Jorge Posada, and Robinson Cano due up for the Yankees. Yankees need 1 to tie, 2 to win. Will we see some of that 9th inning magic for the Yankees? As the White Sox go to their bullpen. And they're going to bring in Matt Thornton. That is his card. Thornton will come up. ERA is a 7.89. He's pitched 5 2/3 innings, allowed 6 hits, 5 strikeouts, and 1 walk. Taking a look at the stats here for DJ, he went 1 1/3 innings, allowed 1 hit, 1 strikeout, and ERA of a 3.16. Let's take a look at the box score after 8. Yankees still at 9 runs, but 11 hits. Remember, they scored 2 runs in the first, 4 in the third, a run in the fourth, 2 in the seventh, 9 runs on 11 hits. Chicago, 2 runs in the third, 4 runs in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, and 2 in the sixth. They're sitting at 10 runs on 10 hits. 21 hits total between the two teams. 4, 5, and 6, the heart of the lineup for the Yankees. And here is the pitch. 2-4, column 2, row 4, that is a blank. 5-4, column 5, row 4, power hit to die. That is a 9, that's going to be a double. And with that, Matsui is on. Jorge Posada. Posada 0 for 3 today with a walk and a strikeout. Posada not taking the hit. And they are going to bring in Justin Christensen to pinch hit. Christensen. Strategy roll is a 1, and here is the pitch. 2, 3. At the ballpark. We're going to go to U.S. Cellular Field. 6-3. Ground ball to Creed. He'll make the catch. The out is at first. It's a ground ball. Creed out at first. And Hideki will hold. So 1 away. Pickoff attempt. Doesn't pick anyone off. Strategy roll. The roll is a 13. Cano 1 for 3 with a double, a run, and an RBI. And here is the pitch. 3-3 hit by pitch. That is a 4. The die roll is a 7. Matt gives a -2. 3-6. Fly ball to Swisher. He'll make the catch. Matsui will hold.
Everybody clap your hands.
So remember, with 2 outs, the base run rating will get a +1. That is a 3. Die roll is a 1. The Yankees now down to the last out. Cody Ransom up, batting a .556. 3-6. Possible error on a ground ball. Cody. 2-6. Pop up. Creed underneath it. Makes the play. And that's the ball game. As the Chicago White Sox come back from behind to defeat the New York Yankees. Final score 10-9. Yankees leave 1 stranded, no runs, 1 hit, no errors. Final line score coming right up. So the Chicago White Sox defeat the New York Yankees. They come back from behind to defeat them. New York, the Yankees, 9 runs on 12 hits and no errors. Chicago, 10 runs on 10 hits and no errors. Clay Richardson gets his first win. Dan Glease picks up his first loss. And Matt Thornton picks up his first save of the replay. Hideki Matsuri hits 2 home runs in this game, goes to 4. Cabrera hits 1, hits his first. For Chicago, Joe Creed hits his 7th home run, goes to 7, and Juan Ubre goes to 3 home runs. 5 home runs total in this game between both teams. Let's take a look at the stats here. Clay Richardson, who will pick up the win, he went 2 1/3 innings, allowed 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, no ERA. Dan Glease, who will get the loss, he went 1 inning, allowed 4 runs, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, an ERA of a 5.42. Brian Butney, the last pitcher up for the Yankees, went 2 innings, allowed 1 walk and 3 strikeouts, an ERA of a 3.15, and Matt Thornton, who will get the save, he went 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, an ERA of a 6.71. So that's going to do it for us here at U.S. Cellular Field, as the New York Yankees will drop to 10-12, and the Chicago White Sox will improve to 12-8. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and a thumbs up on your way through the turnstiles. And remember to click that bell notification to be notified of when new videos in the 2008 replay go up, and when I go live with all of the Philadelphia Phillies games. Until then, I'm Scoonie 007. We'll see you for another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. Until then, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.